Let me know when you're ready.
Ready. So, you might be wondering why I called you to the studio today. Today, we're going to be reading a wonderful book on Wattpad called
The Alpha's Trap.
Once Every Minute, we're going to be taking a hit of smelling salts, going back and forth. Also, I just downed an entire cold brew, and I'm going to be drinking this as well, so I'm going to have a panic attack later. Let's f***ing go.
I can't wait to see your reactions.
Also, with Iris, she's gonna be helping us by holding the smelling salts. Because I'm a jumpy dude, I was afraid that like I would hold it up and just throw it away. She'll be like who's the lady from like Jeopardy?
Oh, am I supposed to know that lady's name?
Yeah, you're supposed to, bro. Jeffrey Boner has his own microphone, because obviously he's gonna be reading it with us.
Dude, what if your nose starts bleeding? Bro, I'd die.
That would be so funny.
I'd die.
Okay. Woo, I'm f***ing nervous.
Almost
oh my
there.
god.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You want me to go? I can go first if you want.
Gotta go first.
Okay.
I gotta go first.
Is it swapping?
Yeah, just kind of swipe it across my nose.
Not like right next, like under
down
his...
here, like around.
A little closer.
We'll gauge it from...
Like maybe my shoulder area.
Did you even get it?
No, I didn't.
No?
Wait, hold
So
it kind of
closer?
like right here. Oh my god. Recap. None of them would reach me in time. I was done for.
Yo!
Everything was slow motion. I look back to father. I'm invincible. Your family will be destroyed.
Yo!
Nighty night, Maisie.
Bro, that reaction was priceless.
He smirked, pulling back the hammer of the gun. I closed my eyes before hearing Yasmin scream my name. Out of nowhere, the controller was out of my hand. I opened my eyes in shock. The things were so slow, so slow. It felt like a movie. It almost seemed.
Bro, your legs are shaking.
The father, who was just about to pull the trigger, looked at Yasmin in shock as she charged toward him. She dived onto him, resting her neck against where his heart was, and wrapped her arms around his neck, leaving her wrists around his neck. I almost can't focus on the book. Jack, you want to be up?
Let's do it.
You like stuck your nose in there.
Yeah,
That's how
you went a little far, but. Ah! Okay. All right, where am I?
She looked back.
She looked back at me with tears in her eyes, giving me a weak smile. No, Yasmin, I cried out, trying to push myself up, but it was too late. A loud roar came from the man, while a high-pitched scream like wail erupted from Yasmin. The man's eyes looked like they were about to pop out as he shook ferociously. Yasmin kept her eyes shut tight as her body shook violently, crying out in pain until both of them dropped to the ground. What the f***?
I don't know where we are.
We're reading.
Just read the last line. Then I'll go
the
next.
father lay there, his body jerking now again while Yasmin was just still.
His body doing what?
The father lay there.
The father lay there.
The father
body
lay
jerking. All right, I'm ready.
This time, try not to put your nose like directly.
Yeah, do it like how I did, like just a little close.
Red fell over me. Asher's POV. It was the worst sight I've ever watched in my life. I felt her emotions mix in with mine as her eyes stared at Yasmin's body. It seemed like everything was silent for a moment before she pushed herself up weakly. Her eyes seemed blank as she stumbled over to Yasmin and knelt down next to her, tears rolling down her eyes. Her eyes darted towards the now shaking man known as father. Her eyes examined Yasmin.
Dude, your eyes are watering.
I know. Eyes weakly looked over at Maisie, and my eyes looked over weakly at the TV. She gave her a weak smile, but Maisie's expression didn't change. Thank you, she whispered quietly, blood dripping from her mouth. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
We can have her be
Wait, scroll down first. Scroll down first.
On the don't speak.
Okay. Oh, don't speak. You can tell me when we're home. You're gonna be okay. Her voice came out, rushed as her eyes darted around. Someone please help her. Oh, where am I? My eyes are watering so much.
Her eyes widened to the second paragraph.
Yeah. Oh, her eyes widened and she pushed him off. I said, help her. She screamed and I went to walk over to her, but Simon shook his head, indicating she needed to be left alone. Come on, this isn't funny. She'll be fine. You'll be fine. Her eyes looked down to Yasmin, who just looked up at her and shook her head. It's okay. I'm okay. If I hadn't met you, I wouldn't know what it was like to live. I'm ready. She tried to lift her hand to touch Maisie's face, but it felt weakly and she winced, her body twitching slightly. Bro, I can barely read, my eyes are watering so much.
I'm gonna have you to the side so that right as I take the hit, I'm gonna start reading.
Okay.
Maisie laughed a small cry, smiling at her, down at her, and shaking her head. Don't speak like that. We'll get help. She said again, trying to keep hope as her tears streamed down her face. She looked around, begging for help. I have to pull my hair. I'm so. But everyone gave her sad looks. Dad, she looked up at him. He just shook his head. No, she's not going to. Dash. Stop. Yasmin spoke up weakly. Let me go. Kalia broke in, and I looked at her to see her thrashing. About in Lucian's arms, she broke free and ran over to Jasmine. Somebody help her. Maisie's right.
Dude, I feel good. This makes me feel. Dude, I know why people.
I don't even need the. Dude, powerlifters use this, and we're using it to read smut.
We're reading Wattpad off the smelling salts.
It's more of like a drama. I kind of wish it was more like spicy, but okay.
Do you know where you are?
Oh, it's right after this. So Maisie joined in,
So,
right here.
right there.
Okay.
At the very top.
Ooh. Anybody, Macy joined in, her tone full of fear. I walked over and knelt down, looking her in the eyes, but she turned away to look back at Yasmin. I'm okay. It'll be okay. Promise me you
sure,
won't
Jack?
try to get revenge. That's all I want. Yasmin spluttered, blood dripping from her mouth. Thank you.
What?
Her head fell sideways as her body was lifeless.
What the f?
My heart felt like it was broke, but I had to stay strong for Maisie. Lauren sobbed into Simon while the others around us cried slowly, some sniffling. Yasmin, come on, Yasmin, wake up. Maisie looked at her, her eyes widening as she tried to find a pulse. No, Yasmin, she's my sister. Help her, somebody. She looked around, sobbing uncontrollably before her eyes dropped back to Yasmin. Wow, that was the hardest one I've had to read yet.
Right, I'm up.
You ready?
2 times speed.
All right, yeah. Please help her. She whimpered as Kalia cried as Simon held her back, pulling her over to Lucian. Cried. Watched the sight with tears forming in her eyes. His eyes. Maisie brushed Yasmin's hair from her face, looking at me. It's not fair. She whimpered before pushing herself up weakly. Everyone kept their eye on her as she looked down, her hair covering her face.
I can still smell it.
I know, me too. The father was trying to crawl away. The shock didn't seem to be enough to kill him, yet, you piece of shit. Maisie wailed as she dived onto the man known as the father. She repeatedly punched him and dug her nails into them while he cried out. What the f am I reading? Okay.
Bro, what happened to you?
I f***ing died, bro.
Do you need
I'm
water?
in hell.
Dude,
No.
your hair, bruh.
I know.
Holy shit.
I had to do it after the line, her hair over her face. Alright, you ready?
Where am I at? At the top?
At the very top.
Okay, let's do it. Ooh, she kicked him and did brutal things, but no one stopped her until he was gone. Maisie stopped. I tried to talk to her as I slowly walked over, but her head snapped around toward me. Anger was in her eyes, but slowly was flushed away by sadness. Her eyes glanced to Yasmin's corpse before her breathing became heavy. Why couldn't any of you save her? Why? She cried, looking around the room, losing the color in her face. Yasmin, she wailed out before dropping to her knees and laying on the ground. Her body began to give up on her as breathing became shallow. Maisie! I ran to her side and knelt down, and soon her father was beside me. Did someone just die?
I think so. I think 2 people just died from someone earlier too. All right,
Damn.
come on. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm up.
She's going into shock. That's a great line to read.
All right, ready?
Yeah. She's going into shock. He cried. Her cried out into one of the wails from his back. Ran over, tried to calm her body, shaking down. Move back. He shouted to everyone around, but I grabbed her hand. My nose is gonna bleed. Refusing to leave her alone. Seeing her like this killed me inside. Baby, it's okay. We'll make it through. Come on, make this, baby. Come on, baby. No! I tried to soothe, but it seemed like she was a million miles away from here. I'm in hell currently. I looked behind where Simon lifted up Yasmin's body, holding back tears in his eyes. He looked down to me, jaw tightening before nodding his head. I looked over to Kalia, who sobbed uncontrollably, while Lauren tried to calm her, and Lucian watched her with a pained expression, whispering to her while tears streamed down his face. Are you ready, Jack?
That was illiterate as f. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Ooh, how did things go so wrong so quick? It took me everything not to break down. I had to stay strong. I had to show hope. I snapped my head back to Maisie when I heard her breathing speeding up, her eyes rolling into the back of her head. My eyes widened before raising my eyes to the pack member who was treating her. What's happening? Help her, I growled, my wolf wanting to come out and beat the hell out of him, but I knew he was trying his best. We have to get her back and quickly. Her body is giving up at this rate. He didn't continue, and my eyes lit up with fury and fear.
In the smelling salts, I completely forgot this was a furry book.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I was about to, dude, like, pack, I was like, what the
Yeah, pack, and then the wolf wanting to come out and beat
I
the hell out of him.
growled,
Alright,
my
ready?
wolf wanting to come
Ready?
out and beat the hell out of him.
Alright.
I'm almost afraid to like touch anything with
No, I would be
my
too.
hands.
At this rate, Warren, I growled and grabbing the
That
stuff
was a good one.
of his collar and glaring at him. Asher stopped, called me over to me, and I let go, letting out a breath. I looked over to him and shot a glare before turning back to Maisie and frowning. I kissed her forehead, whispering into her ear. This dude f***ing mistyped her. He didn't have the ear, or the E. Ear, reassuring her, not sure if she heard me or not. Hurry, bring back her to the pack house. The man growled and went back to pick her up. I pushed him off slightly and easily lifted Maisie in my arms, bridal style. Make sure everyone gets back safe from both packs. See to who's injured. To those who's injured, I called back before hurrying after the others. Okay.
Time to lock in.
I think it's like the final countdown. Ready to do that?
Yep, let's do it. Ooh! I sat beside her bed looking over her. I could barely hear the sound of the monitor that was attached to her because I was so entranced. I brushed my hand through my messy hair. Stubble was beginning to show from not shaving. I didn't have time for that. Stress was getting to me. The door opened. I sat up with a sigh and saw Lauren walk in with a small frown on her face. She passed me a cup of tea and I took it with a small thanks. Her eyes examined my face before looking toward Maisie. You should get sleep. You have bags on your eyes. Bags on your eyes.
On your eyes. It's crazy.
She sighed and I shook my head, looking back to Maisie as I took a sip from my drink. It's been almost 3 days and Yasmin funeral's in 2 days.
All right. Okay. Man, this plus the Celsius is kicking my ass.
I know, I need to stop drinking this shit.
All right, I'm ready. Wait, I didn't get it. Ah! I felt like a part of me was missing all the time she was asleep. I felt sick. Yasmin's death impacted on Maisie and Akalia most. I sat back in my chair and closed my eyes momentarily before opening one eye when Lauren spoke. Go sleep, Asher. I'll watch over her. She looked at me and I let
Go
out
sleep.
Go sleep.
Go sleep.
I let out a small sigh. I glanced over to Maisie before turning back to Lauren and nodding my head. I'm going to take a quick nap. Wake me in an hour. I mumbled, pushing myself up from the chair with a small yawn. I held Maisie's arm and gave it a small squeeze before shutting my eyes. You'll make it through this, mumbled before turning to Lauren. Okay. Oh, okay. You ready for that?
Yep, let's go. Oh! She tried to hide the small smile on her face before standing out of my way so I could pass. I nodded my head and left the room, closing the door behind me. I leaned on the wall once I was outside and brought my hands to my face. I let out a small breath before hearing footsteps. I glanced up and found Lucien walking with a pillow in his hands. He looked up at me silently and I raised my eyebrows. What's with the pillow? I asked and his eyes fell down to the pillow. What's that name?
Akalia, I think.
Akalia,
That's just what I'm saying.
Akalia fell asleep on the couch. He said with a small shrug, I don't want her neck to cramp up. He added, and I gave him a small smirk with a small wink. Nice.
Okay, all right.
Dude, we're almost done.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Maisie's POV. I'm ready.
Maisie's POV.
Gotta go heavy. I looked around in confusion, trying to focus. Things fell off. I felt lightheaded before people came into view once I saw Lauren, Asher, Simon, and my father all staring at me. It seemed some of them were talking, but I heard nothing. All I could hear was a slight ringing in my ears. Me too. What was all that beeping? I looked around before seeing a monitor, and as I followed it, I saw I was attached to it. I stared at it in confusion and opened my mouth and asked what's going on, but no words came out. Like me reading this.
I have to go again?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
all right, let's go. All right, I want a big one. I want to take a big ass.
Read it.
I brought my left hand to my throat in confusion as I tried to speak before feeling my hand being held. I looked to see who the hand belonged to, and I saw Asher staring at me with worry. His lips were moving, and he looked toward my father, who looked to be deep in thought. Slowly, I began hearing noises other than the beeping as the ringing in my ears slowly disappeared. Is she okay? I hear you, I said, relief flooding over me, being able to hear and being able to talk. The moment I spoke, all the heads turned to me and Lauren's eyes formed with tears, causing me to stare at her in surprise. What's going on? Please scroll down.
Wait. Good.
What's going on? I asked as Asher brought me into a small hug and kissed my forehead before pulling back and watching me cautiously. Why am I here? I asked and a frown formed on Simon's face.
All right, I need you hold it in front of my nose.
No.
I need a massive hit.
No, bro, no, that one f***ed me.
Holy shit. I'm trying to get the same effect. Last stride for the content. For the content.
You sure?
For the content.
Oh.
Yes,
sure?
I'm sure.
Oh.
Right.
I consent.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Oh.
Can you remember anything? Yes, slowly. I tried to think, what was the last thing it went on? Suddenly the memories came flooding back and everything replayed in my mind, including when Yasmin, ... that was a dream night that I tried to laugh, hoping it was fake. Once I saw the grim, yeah, literally. Once I saw the grim look on each face, my heart dropped. The beeping on the monitor increased as my eyes started all of them. Where is she? Jack's blowing his nose. Where is she? I panicked, and Lauren let out a small sob, bringing her hand to her mouth, and my lip trembled.
Yeah, that was
actually make it.
That one got me. I'm not gonna lie. That one got me.
I need just another hit for the last line.
For thank you, I gotta.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Thank you! Thank you for watching, guys. Jack, help me say my goodbyes.
I'm f***ed up.
Would you say you got the effect which would warrant the name Atomic Rhino?
Yes, I did.
I could f*** up a rhino right now.
I don't know if I should leave it 5 stars or 0 because it,
5. This is what you want. This is the feeling you want. Dude, I actually feel like I could run a marathon right now. I'm ready.
The amount of typos that were in this on top of the rhino smelling salts was just insane. Like it just enhanced me up.
It honestly made it make sense for me.
Because
I was reading it, me f***ing up what was already f***ed up was fixing it.
Yeah. You f***ing it up ended up being exactly what the person wrote because they were f***ing it up.
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Peace out, guys. Oh, f***.
All right, Jack. Bend over.
Wait a minute.